ball. Gets it up and over to Rowe. Rowe just puts it in for an easy 2.
All right, good morning. Welcome back to Eugene Snyder Field here at Argos High School.
It is now afternoon.
Oh, yes, it is. Good afternoon and welcome here from Eugene Snyder Field. Steve Stricker alongside Andy Stone.
Hello, hello, and here we go.
Got Isaac Smith on the camera for us on game number 2 as well. And thank you for tuning in to RTC4.com Sports. And, well, we had a doozy in the first one. Bethany Christian pulled out a win in PKs. And we're looking to see who they're going to be facing here tonight. It's the Argos Dragons at 12-4-3. They're going to be facing the Boone Grove Wolves at 15-3-1. So Boone Grove comes in here winners of their own sectional. They won versus Covenant Christian in round 1, 2-1. They beat Morgan Township in the semifinal 8-0, and they beat Andrean by a score of 4-0 to win the sectional. The Argos Dragons come in winners of their own sectional as well. They won in round 1 versus North Miami 2-1. They won the semifinal game in a PK shootout 5-4 versus Lakeland Christian, and another shootout to win it against Culver Community 2-1. So if we go to PKs again, that'd be 3 in a row for the Dragons, but they've been well tested with PKs. They've done it 3 times this year, and they've won all 3. So bring them on, right, Andy?
Yep. Well, you know, that's the way it is. I do want to give an update. LaVille, number 2 in the state for the girls against Wheeler, number 1 in the state. Wheeler 5-0. You're looking at the state championship team right there. I'm predicting it now. The Wheeler group is very tough. Undefeated, 18-0, 5-0 against the sectional champs, LaVille Lancers. Lady Lancers, you want to congratulate them on a great season. But, yeah, the Dragons are used to the pressure of PKs, so we want to see that. If it comes to pass, that might be an okay thing for us. But I tell you what, the Bruins had no issue putting 4 straight in the net.
Well, and I'm not sure, you try and find something common to see. Boone Grove has a really good record. They play up in the region. The only common opponent for Andrean and Argos was for Boone Grove and Argos was Andrean. And Boone Grove beat them twice this year, and the Dragons beat them on the one occasion they played as well. Argos scores 4 goals a game. Boone Grove averages 3, but they only give up 0.56 goals per game, and the Dragons give up 1.38. So looks like should be another good game here on the pitch from Eugene Snyder Field. It's been a beautiful day here, Andy. The weather's beautiful, a little overcast, but for mid to late October, you can't complain. People out in T-shirts and shorts. So both teams are lining up, so we'll go ahead and turn your mic over to Mr. Olds, and we'll get the starting lineups. Already done our national anthem here today. That's why I said we've already done it. All right, so they're walking out onto the pitch, and here we go. I'll turn it over to public address announcer here for Argos High School, Mr. Scott Olds, and Dragons are going to be going from right to left. And they will be Argos on the scoreboard, even though they are technically the visitors wearing their black traveling uniforms.
Away kids. They're not a uniform, they're kids. For the starting lineups for Boone Grove, junior defender number 4, Jack Hamdy. Junior defender number 6, Josh Dragomer. Junior midfielder number 8, Logan Tachovich. Sophomore midfielder number 10, Angel Castellios. Junior midfielder number 11, Dylan Castellios. Senior midfielder number 12, Hunter McCoy. Junior defender number 15, Kyle Warmo. Senior midfielder number 17, Michael Fritcher. Junior midfielder number 23, Brandon Hill. Senior forward number 30, Dakota McCollum. Senior in the keeper position, number 0, Max Kidd.
Some of those guys are really pretty good.
And for the Dragons, junior defender number 3, Sam Manikowski. Junior midfielder number 4, Coleman Norris. Sophomore midfielder number 5, Will Mills. Sophomore forward number 7, Chino Roque. Junior midfielder number 9, Lucas Vanderwill. Sophomore defender number 10, Owen Nifong. Senior midfielder number 13, Jacob Olds. Junior defender number 14, Ian Kindig. Sophomore midfielder number 16, Jeremiah Riddle. Senior forward number 17, Jesper Esser. And freshman in the keeper position number 0, Colton Markley. The Wolves are led by head coach Brian Sherwin and assistants Marco Perez. The Dragons are led by head coach Todd Vanderwill and assistants Elmer Roque, Joe Kindig, and Jason Osborne. Today's officials are assistants Bronco Yasnich, Rob Pruitt, and Patrick Sullivan. In the center is Terry Gibson.
I remember getting the message.
All righty, thank you to Mr. Olds for the starting lineups, and we're getting set to go here for game number 2. The winner will move on to face the Bethany Christian Bruins tonight at 7 p.m. for a chance to move on to the Final Four. One semi-state game, Andy, and then a state championship game. So it's coming down to it. The first games of the day are all done, so technically there's only 12 teams left in the state in Class A soccer. You can hear the Mudboggers taking off in the background, and probably be hearing that quite a bit here today. Oh, I was kind of enjoying that. You want to actually have volume on your headset?
You probably had it off the whole time he was doing the announcements.
No, I had that
okay,
on. I turned it off because it's all the static when you're bouncing it back and forth. So the Dragons are going to have first touch here this afternoon.
Well,
let's see what this young Dragon squad can do here against the Boone Grove Wolves, and we're underway here from Eugene Snyder Field. Big time punt. The Dragons are going to have to be aware of that. The keeper for Boone Grove, Max Kidd, a senior, he threw that or kicked that one clear over halfway between the midline and the 18.
Well, he's got a little bit of wind, and there's Mills on the side, and he's taken down with a great slide tackle, put the ball out of bounds, and a throw in for the Dragons. Ball's played in. And Riddle tried to get there from the backside. Manikowski. It's played forward, and Kindig blocks it and plays it wide. Riddle. And it's going to be a throw-in. Throws it into Mills. Broke up, and a throw-in from Riddle again. And now the wind has picked up even more. The flag's really swaying in the breeze, so Chino has it, and it's blocked by Boone Grove. Kindig's on his back. Chips it around, and Manikowski plays it out of bounds. Throw in for the Wolves.
That was a nice little chip pass there by number 8.
All right.
Logan Tatlovich.
You can tell it's a good ball in. There's a chip, and it's wide, and it's going to be a goal kick.
That almost went far post right there. That was a nice little chipper in from wide on the right side. So you're sitting on top of me this game, so
Well, I'll scoot over just a touch.
I just
As
need
much as I can.
Just need my notebook here.
All right. Ball's forward, up the line. Chino gets broke up. Jesper broke up again. Great ball, throw in. And it's knocked out of bounds. That always helps. Chino drops it over to Manikowski. Manikowski takes a touch. Goes wide, and it's broke up. Plays forward, and it's going to roll out of bounds. A little hard there from right over mid, and it's out of bounds, and a goal kick for the Dragons. Nifong's going to take it, fighting the wind. Ball is played forward. Jesper heads it up, headed back. Jesper goes through it and heads it. Going to run through it, and he gets battled off the ball. Plays it wide. And the goalkeeper hits it way out of bounds. Throw in for the Dragons. Jesper looks. Player's down. Played out of bounds. And we got a player down, and he's going to take a look at it. And they did not signal yet, and now they have.
All right, so the injured player on the field for Boone Grove, he's able to get up and walk off at his own power. I can't see the number.
He got kind of clipped in the head. They're going to make him look. Since he was holding his head, he has to see the trainer, number 12, and he'll have to be approved to come back in the game. He might be bleeding by the way he's tilting his head forward away from his uniform, holding his nose.
It's a senior Hunter McCoy. Goes out for the Wolves.
Mills throws it in, and it's shielded, and it's a goal kick.
Owen Struble, sophomore, comes in for the Wolves and replacing McCoy.
Headed forward.
Nice slip.
And there's a great save, and he had the opportunity to score it.
Great slip pass and a great run there by the Wolves. And
he's going to want that one back.
number 8, Tetlovich. And,
yeah, he's big and strong.
Shot on goal. Nice save there by the freshman Markley.
Well, ball's played in, and it's out of bounds. Well, Mr. Alcorn was going to help with the clock, but he got called away, so we got some room again.
All righty.
Ouch. Ouch. What happened? Nifong puts it up. Mills. Nope. Vanderwill heads it. Now Mills taps it forward. Mills has got it. Puts it forward to Chino. Chino misses, and it plays there. Riddle with the good chest settle. And then he goes with the outstep wide. Here's Rourke. Goes there. Jesper. Gets clipped from behind. Throw in. Oh, he's going to. Jesper gets the throw in. Chino crosses, and it's whoa with a hard. Olds is on the far side. And gets it in, and it's going to be a corner kick. All right. So Mama's up here with Mr. Smith. She's wearing one of those crazy Cub hats, too. I don't know. It must be a family thing. I don't know. Oh, my word.
All right, big corner there. Nobody's able to get it for the Dragons. Olds is able to come around and get it back to Manikowski.
Puts it right back up into play. And now it's cleared, and there's 3 Dragons back tracking it, and it looked like the Boone Grove guy said, I'm not wasting the energy. They realized they weren't going to get there. And that's a good ball forward, and it's headed back.
That's about
Mills
like
going to run through it.
It's about like playing basketball on Sunday. Yeah, you get defense. I'm not going to go run down
that's
there.
one of those, you're younger, you run, and I'll just stay here. Ball's played out by Kindig. And that's a good ball in, and Chino can't get there. He jumped, and I think it was a foul, and it's just because of the elbow a little bit. And look at Riddle. He's back helping out on the left side. Here's a hit. Here's a header, and it's way over. Goal kick for the Dragons.
Well, that header actually hurt Boone Grove right there. It was going on track, but the slip header sent it over top of the bar. I think Markley would have had it either way, but
well, it's a definite goal kick now.
So we're just getting going here from Argos with game number 2, the Argos Dragons and the Boone Grove Wolves.
Chino can't get to it. Riddle settles and plays through, and is saved by Nifong. Vanderwill looks, can't find the ball. Number 10, and then Mills does well just to turn him to the other side, makes him go backwards.
Kindig with a nice job.
Kindig again, hits it forward. Vanderwill settles and goes wide to Manikowski. Manikowski got some room. And then he hits it up to Chino. Chino's got him. Cuts it back. Oh, and his slide tackle, no call. He gets the ball. And it should be Boone Grove's ball. And if this fan's yelling, and it's Boone Grove's throwing. I don't know why he's complaining. I guess he didn't realize that he called it to Boone Grove. Headed back. Chino unable to settle it. Must be the hair. Manikowski heads it back forward again. Plays it wide. Boone Grove's got a chance, and that's great defense. Coleman Norris. Ball's played forward. And here comes the Dragons, going to apply some pressure. They're going to drop it to their keeper's got a good foot, and he just lines it back. And Nifong heads it, or runs up, and Dutch touches forward. Old settles, and Boone Grove gets it. Right now, the Boone Grove Wolves are controlling the mids a little bit more. And that's a good ball from Mills. Manikowski's going to step up and make his run. And he has a touch too far. And Riddle covers it, knocks it wide. Ball's played wide. Nifong. And it's going to be a goal kick. Subs in, number 9 for Boone Grove, Struble.
All right, we're into the 11th minute here from Argos. No score between the Dragons and the Wolves. Boone Grove sends a sub in.
Nifong with a big hit. Fighting that win, he still gets it way across mids. Chino can't get to it. Olds with a great header forward. Chino unable to get to it. They're just playing deep and clearing the ball out. Dragons are going to end up rotating some speed up there from the bench or some try to apply that pressure. Unfortunate passes broke up, and that's a great defensive play by Vanderwill. Now he goes wide, and Chino's on. And it's played out of bounds and throw in for the Dragons. Jesper Esper's got it. Will Mills creeping towards the center. Cleared out. Throwing again for the Dragons.
So I missed the sectional round. I heard Allmeyer got hurt again. Is he available or is he out?
I think he's still out.
So not available at all?
I don't even see him on the side of the pitch or on the sidelines. At the very end, in a blue penny and a hat and a sweatshirt and tennis shoes, I'd say he's not playing.
Argos corner.
So corner kick here for Esser.
Ball's in. Header. Just missed. Riddle's going to get the ball wide to Olds. And then he covers it, crosses it back into Mills. Oh, Mills with the miss hit. And they tried the long ball system. There's no doubt about it. They want long and through.
Well, that one went way too long. Markley handles it with
big
ease.
Hit.
Into the wind, too.
Yeah. Vanderbilt heads it through. Olds battles. They get around him. Jesper takes it, but it's out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in for Boone Grove. Plays forward. Boone Grove throw-in. Broke up by Olds. He's got a touch. Battles, and they take it away. Kindig comes up, slips. They're looking to go wide. And it's a header forward, and Markley has the ball with ease. Going to look and drills it, and it's a good hit. It's going to knuckle down. Boone Grove gets there. Plays it wide. Norris. Colton Markley and Gabe Stone coming in. Cameron Markley.
Colton's already in,
Yeah.
in case you were wondering.
Yeah. There's times I'd like to see old Colton out on the pitch because he has got some wheels. And Jesper Esper is limping. Riddle and Olds out.
Cameron Markley. And number 19, Gabe Stone.
So a couple freshmen check in here for the Dragons, Stone and Markley.
Bringing in taking out Riddle and replacing him with the height of Stone. All right, well, maybe that's a little backwards, so. Chino has it. Turns it, and he's out of bounds. He's got to understand where he is on the pitch. Stone settles and knocks it forward. When it's out of bounds, nope, he saves it. Plays it down the line. Nifong, strong, hits it up with his left, throwing for the Wolves. Throws it in. Stone gets his foot in. Meggs. Ball's in the ground. And there's the first goal of the night. Missed by Nifong and tapped in from Boone Grove Wolves.
All righty, I can't see the kid's number here. Turn.
I think it was that Struble.
It's right here. Number 5. Number 5, Owen Struble, the sophomore.
What'd I tell you?
Yeah.
Nobody argue with me. I got it today.
So the first goal that we've seen here on the pitch in
In
regular
my play,
time
yep.
between two games, 24-52. And Boone Grove is up 1-0.
Vanderwill goes through 3. Ball's played off, and they take it away. Norris off of Boone Grove, going to be Dragon throwing.
I would have said 10. We're down 10. 17. 17. 17. Thank you.
Ball's played out. Dragons down 1-0. Esper has it. Looks. Markley. Blocks the back heel. Throw in for the Dragons. And it's going to be a corner kick for the Dragons. All right, here comes Jesper Esper. Good ball in. It's right there to Vanderwill. Shot and blocked. Nifong, shot and blocked. Handball, and there it is. That's a handball.
In the box.
He had his hand up. It was too high. It was a handball, and it's going to be a PK for the Dragons. Vanderwill stepping up to take it.
All right, so a chance for the Dragons to tie it up here shortly after the
And that's the only bad thing that can typically happens when you have that many people. There is a big chance you're increasing the odds of a handball when it's being kicked in as often and as hard as it is.
So the junior Vanderwill is going to go up against the senior kid here for PK opportunity for the Dragons.
He had one miss and free play the last time. And he puts it in, and the Dragons are tied.
So Vanderwill pokes it in and it ties it up 23-21. So just a little over a minute of Boone Grove holding the lead, and now we're back even.
Well, that's part of the game, and when you crowd that many, they do block the shots typically like that, but there's that risk, and unfortunately for Boone Grove, it happened that way, and fortunately for the Dragons, that persistence that came from Vanderwill and Nifong, then Vanderwill again, paid off in the handball call and the PK. And back and see if the Dragons have stepped up on the intensity, and ball's played through. Kendig taps it back, right to player, and Vanderbilt lets it go for Mills. Nifong hits it up. Stone's going to battle. Original foul was there by Stone. And there's where trying to get that little bit of advantage, or 10 yards.
Well, I think they thought the foul
He thought it was
called
there,
down
but
here.
I don't. Yeah, it was where the contact was, because Stone didn't go straight up. He turned his back.
Yep.
And when you turn your back in there, you're not in control of your body. So there's a lot of times if it's that way. Nice back heel. Still in front of the box. Mills hits it out, and it's off of Boone Grove. And it's out of bounds. Will Mill is playing very solid today so far.
He's played solid all year. He's been a great defender for the Dragons. Done a good job.
Midfield, he's done well, and Nifong gets one in the air, and it tails out of bounds.
Sub for Boone Grove coming in. Struvel's going to take a break, and
the goal scorer going off. Come in as a sub, scores the goal, goes back out as a sub. Nothing wrong with that.
McCollum, senior, checks back in for the Wolves.
And
Manikowski
puts it upper deck.
I thought that was coming
and
right
it's right
to
back
us.
to the ball boy. Bounces all the way down the bleachers across the fence to the ball boy.
Ooh.
Jesper hits it wide to Stone. Stone's going to hit it up the line quick, and it's going to go out of bounds again.
Well, Nifong let that one bounce an extra time, and it looked dangerous right there for a second.
A little bit off there.
Yep.
Great long throw. Kendig battles, gets the head, and runs through by Boone Grove. Gets it cut back, and he sees him open in the middle. Fakes. Probably should have taken that one step or chance there, because now he's got time for the numbers for the Dragons to get back. Played forward. Here comes number 10 with the cross. Fakes. And Manikowski just keeping his body between the ball and the goal. And there he plays back, and offsides it is. The Dragons pulled the line up, and even the fans knew it. They were just like, oh, man, is he off. So,
well, Manikowski does a nice job. He doesn't go for the ball work right there by the Castellanos. He just keeps him in front.
Castanelos. That's what.
Castanelos.
There you go.
Okay.
Castellanos.
Yep.
Put the Latino spin on it. The ball's through. Manikowski steps up and chips it in the center. Vanderwill can't get to it. Kindig settles. Dragons have time. Heavy touch. Gets it over to Markley. Markley, give and go, and it's a little bit off target. Dragons need to play to feet. Substitution. Boone Grove throwing.
Number 5, Owen Struble.
Strubel's back in. They dropped a penny. Jonah Osborne's going to come in the next time. Osborne coming off of an injury, and he is definitely not at 100 mile an hour compared to what he normally is. But he's done pretty well since he's been in there. He's a smart player. The family's been involved in the sport, well, since the day one, and, it shows. He's probably going to come in for Jesper Esper, I would assume, or Chino up top, giving them a break. Most likely Jesper. He was kind of walking weird, had a limp. So we'll see where the substitution goes. Still sporting the big knee brace. But sometimes understanding the game is more important than just all-out speed. Boone Grove definitely has both right now, and that's a great transition from mids to attacking. And here they come, and it's cleared out by Nifong. Still have possession. Goes wide. Manikowski's going to get there. Hits it wide, and it's going to be corner kick.
All right, good job by the Wolves right there. They earned themselves a corner kick.
Well, the Wolves are definitely technical. They are very smart. Playing
So,
the ball at feet.
McCollum's going to take the kick here for Boone Grove.
Outswinger. And it's out. And Vanderwill heads it forward, and here comes Jesper Esper. He's going to have to battle for it, and he does. He gets it, and it's going to go out of bounds. Throw in for Boone Grove.
Vanderwill and Esser are like, you get it. No, you get it.
Vanderbilt ends up with it, and it's taken away immediately by Boone Grove. Boone Grove's possession is definitely more than the Dragons. Stone gets it. They clear it right to him. And Norris hits it out. Jesper Esper heads it forward. And Chino's going to be in trouble even if he gets the ball. He's absolutely surrounded by 4 players that will collapse onto him. But right now the Dragons are kind of in defensive mode.
Yeah, they've got their forwards way back here on the defensive end. But Boone Grove is forcing that because of their possession style ball right now.
He is a stiff arm bandit. Number 8's got some strength. He likes to use the stiff arm to keep the spacing. So all right. So Nifong Owen is very big and strong. He's going to have to watch the play of number 8 because that boy is big and strong. Gets the ball. Stone goes down. Kindig. Dutch touch out. Throw in for Boone Grove. Well, Osborne's been there for about 2.5 minutes waiting to come in, and he's not yet had an opportunity. Long hit, way out of bounds, and now the substitution's going to happen. And I would say it's probably Jesper.
Dragons number 11, Jonah Osborne.
And so it is Osborne checking in for Jesper Esser. First time out here for Jonah this afternoon.
It doesn't pay to have a soda sitting around with the amount of bees we have out here today.
Just chew before you swallow. Make sure there's not a live one.
Right. It'll be okay. Ball's played forward. Stone heads it back up to Chino. Chino. Osborne sees where he wanted it and is unable to get there, but he's applying pressure. They're just stationary. No foul, and he lets them dribble out of bounds, forces them towards the touchline. The touchline becomes a defender in that instance, and that was the smart play to go. Ball headed out. Vanderweel. Oh, he falls down. That's not Vanderweel, that's a Nifong. Doesn't get the call, and here comes Mills, gets the ball back. And it's off, gets the ball back again. Great hustle out of Mills. And that's a good ball in.
Oh, my
Chino
goodness.
tries the scorpion kick to get it forward, and they do call the foul.
He had
was
two
kinda-
hands holding Chino back.
Two hands on him.
Wow. Little defensive holding there on the 10-yard penalty. Oh, wait, wrong football. Sorry.
Wrong football.
I almost got Scott talked into letting us cover some actual football games.
Oh, Lordy.
We might be going to Pioneer.
Okay.
That'd be
We could do a road trip.
#1 team in Class A. I wouldn't mind going down there and watching them.
Well, I'm just guessing, but Wheeler, for the girls, #1 in the state, takes out #2, 5-0. Perfect season so far. It's hard-pressed to see them losing this year. There's a great ball, and it's too wide. Chino's going to get a touch on it. Drops it in. Stone with his left. Curls it back in. There's an open knife on, and he doesn't get the header he wants.
Beautiful.
That's a good work out of the Dragons.
Beautiful pass there by Stone.
Man.
Wow.
Smart from Chino, smart from Stone, and a good attempt from Nifong. And we know, we've seen it before, Nifong's got a very powerful header. He reminds me of Dylan Ballinger when he heads the ball. Very powerful with it, but just unfortunately off target there. But the goalkeeper was in trouble.
Riddle checks back in. Mills is going to take a break for the Dragons.
Mills earns it. Stone hits it up to Riddle, and it's broke up by balls jump, and Manikowski hits it forward. And they're just going to let it roll back to the keeper, and he's going to have to play it now. And Osborne, they play it wide easily, and they split the defense.
You know, this team is dominated by the underclassmen. And
Offsides if he goes for it, and he's smart and does not. #8 knew that if he made an effort for it, it'd be an instant offside.
Dragons going to be a strong team for the next couple seasons. They're not losing a ton. They're Olds and Jesper Esser, but they got some solid players in their sophomore and freshman class.
Well, and then there's some 8th graders coming up. It's going to be quality athletes. The Richards, Mikey Richards is just a phenomenal natural athlete. He reminds me a lot of Owen Nifong, Redinger, and Stoltz and them boys. They're going to be some assets here in the near future. And it's another great hit by Nifong. So Stone's been moved to center striker to create some speed there. Chino's taking a quick break. And there's the ball played wide, and Owen Nifong is going to go forward, breaks it up. Riddle gets it over to Nifong. And they play it wide, and the pressure. Yeah, and there's a good throw from Riddle, and never mind, it was a bad throw from Riddle. It looked like it was going to be good.
The wind took that.
Yeah. Riddle is going to make up for it by taking the ball and hitting it off the official. Stone hits it over. Olds gives a Vanderweel, and he can't thread it through. That was a good run and did not feed it through. That would have been a great through ball, leading a 1v1 straight to the keeper. And Norris clears it out. And the Dragons' tenacity is starting to pay dividends. And there's a good ball, and there's a good through ball, and Manikowski hits it. And it's going to be a throw in into the corner, and that's just fine, and there's going to be a substitution to slow down play.
And for Boone Grove, #9, Alex Struble.
Well, the Boone Grove player was trying to keep his momentum going by tagging on to Manikowski's jersey right there, it looked like.
So there's 2 Strubles, 5 and 9. And there's going to be a corner kick.
Two Castellanos as well.
Yes.
Angel and Dylan, sophomore and a junior. Sophomore Struble.
They're even in numerical order.
Well, the Strubles are both sophomores, so I'm guessing they may be similar to the Markleys.
Yep. Good ball in. Header free and way up in the air, kind of like the last one we saw for Nifong. Nifong was off the side, and they were way over the goal on that one. 10 minutes left in the first half. 1-1. Ball's played over. Markley battles for it. It's loose. Good shielding. Good through ball, and Markley's going to get it. And number 8 is subbed out at the moment for Boone Grove. Dutch touch forward. Manikowski, number 10. He's got some good touch. He keeps possession very well. And he did pull his shirt, and that's why you waited to see if advantage was played, and then this call is good work from the official. And number 10 for Boone Grove. Castellana, what did we say is going to be? Castellanos knew he did it. He didn't even argue. He just knew that it was going to be against him. He just turned around and come back. So
Castellanos.
Castellanos.
That's what I'm going with.
All right, Castellanos. He went away as soon as you got your hat. Nifong with the big hit. Stone's going to have to battle for it, and he's not going to win that jump.
He's got a little farther to go.
Yep. Played out of bounds, and lucky for Boone Grove, it went off of the Dragon. They thought it was against them. And out goes Osborne. And out goes Riddle. Stone comes back wide. Jesper and Chino are back up top.
Dragons, number 7, Chino Roque, and number 17, Jesper Esser.
And number 8. Esper's an out swinger, and 5'8", 10, 5'10", strong. I'm switching those two and having Stone take that corner. It's a good ball in. Kendig can't get it. Vanderweel chips it up and over the goal. I mean, he's got great service, but I'd like his thicker, stronger body in the middle if I could, you know.
That makes sense. Tie score here with 7.5 to go in the first half between Boone Grove and Argos.
Kendig got to clear it out correctly, and he surely does. It's a great ball forward and out. We're getting swarmed here with the honeybees at the moment. Oh, here's a good shot, and Markley snags it. Number 10, we just talked about it, and he just had a beautiful rip, and Markley handles it with ease.
Shot on goal by number 10, Angel Castellanos.
We've been practicing.
His mom liked that. Got the name right.
Well, we got the thumbs up from Mom. We know that the pronunciation is correct.
Well, with the last name Stricker, there's many a times
You're a
during
striker.
games that, it was
Well,
not.
let's just say most people don't mispronounce Stone.
No, it's pretty easy. Yeah, if you get that wrong, you might be.
You might be in some trouble, but you know, for the most, that doesn't happen very often.
I'm gonna go with the French pronunciation.
Yeah,
Stone.
And that's a good throw from Manikowski. Chino Roque has it, looks, and loses it, gets it back, battles, keeps it, and passes it to Boone Grove.
Well, he's used to having the white uniform on here.
Yeah.
So that was what he was looking at.
That's it. And there's a long ball, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Dragons. Well, after the fast flurry of a goal for each team, they've kind of subsided into back and forth and really more in the mids. Neither one been in the quote-unquote 18 or red zone, as they say, for football. Too much. I mean, there was a long distance shot, and Markway had that with these, but Nifong with a good hit, tailing away, and it's going to be out of bounds. Five minutes left in the half. Vanderwill. I'm telling you right now, Jesper Esper is not feeling well. He's been rubbing that right thigh for a while. That's a good ball in, and Markway's going to go get it.
Fortunate play there by
Kindig.
Yeah.
You know what? I like Nifong getting his touch on that instead of letting it go to the next defender. That's kind of a scary situation because he don't know. You can't see what's behind you on those, for instances.
Well, we saw that happen in the first game versus North Miami where it was
good first touch, and that's a good lead. And Kindig's right there on him, and Kindig battles through it, and Kindig's going strong. And they go, and they're no call, 50-50. And he's complaining instead of playing the game. He would have had to foul on him, if anything, because Kindig had position on the ball. He had the forward position, and he's trying to go from the backside. So that's on his back from Chino.
Yep. A little too aggressive there, and it's going to be a foul on the Dragons.
And there's a quick play. There's another one. Back to him. And he just lets him run over Stone. It's one thing if he had possession, but the ball was way out in front, and I think that was kind of a foul. He was trying to chase it down, and Stone just turned his body into him and stayed stationary. I probably would have called a foul, but you know what? They've done very well so far this game, and last game the officiating staff was tremendous. I thought there was a very well called game. There's two hands on his back, and now he's got that one. And he didn't like Chino's when Chino was just pressed his body against him. Those hands were totally extended in the back, and he's got to be careful with that. A couple of those can then lead into a yellow card. All right, let's see if somebody can get their head on this one. Oh, and it's down low. It's misplayed, and nobody can get there, but Nifong steps forward. Settles. Going to hit to the center, and then goes wide. Olds. Gets it. Norris hits it forward. Here comes Jesper Esper. He's going after it. Gets a touch. Yeah. It's going to be a throw-in. Very good play out of Jesper to cause that. Markway sets up in the middle. Nice long throw. It's going to be headed out. And nobody's there. Boone Grove hits it forward. Norris hits it back towards the center. It's going to be hit. And there's Olds to break it up. And that's a great ball. Here comes Esper. Looks to cross. And he gets a miss hit, and it's going to be a goal kick. All right. Here's a freebie. And he hits it wrong. And the Dragons going to have to be careful of that long ball. We said that's how they were talking about how they were doing it. Long hit. Headed backside. Olds with a good settle. Plays the feet. Chino looks. Goes back against two defenders. Tries to split them. And Manikos is going to step up and have a little bit of time. Looks at Gabe Stone. Goes left. Hits it to him. Stone turns it. And Stone's just going to have to get stronger on that one, unfortunately for him. And it's going to be played in. I think it was a handball on Stone on that one.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Kendig hits it out.
3, 2, 1.
All righty, that's going to do it for first half of action here from Argos, where Boone Grove and the Dragons are tied up at 1. We're going to take a break and come back here with second half action in just a... You're watching RTC4.com Sports. We appreciate you tuning in today, and we'll be right back.
Boone Grove had 3 shots on goal, 3 fouls, 2 corner kicks, and 0 saves.
There's no better time than right now to buy or refinance a home, and there's no better place to go for a mortgage loan than First Federal Savings Bank.
Mortgage interest rates are still incredibly low, so now's the perfect time to talk with one of our loan experts.
We offer a variety of mortgage loans, from conventional loans to FHA and USDA subsidized loans.
We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Are you in pain from an injury or arthritis? What if there was a place that could meet all of your orthopedic needs? A place with some of the best orthopedic doctors and staff in the Midwest. A place where you're treated as a person instead of a patient. What if that place weren't in Chicago or Indianapolis? There is such a place. Rochester Orthopedics, your regional orthopedic specialist. When you're looking for comfort and relief, remember, trust the board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeons at Rochester Orthopedics.
Oh, here it is. You know what you're looking for underneath your truck? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd's knows how to fix my vehicle and get me back on the road fast. Schedule your next service appointment online at shepherdsrochester.com. From simple oil changes to major engine repairs, Shepherd's is the only place for me.
Farming is a way of life for many of our Hoosier families. Protect all of your farming assets with coverage from Evans Agency in Rochester. They offer farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your coverage needs. Judy Evans and her staff have been serving the insurance needs of this community for over a decade. Let Judy help you protect your farm, your life, your business, and all of your possessions. Evans Agency, online at evansagencyrochester.com.
Touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Don't miss a touchdown with Red Zone from NFL Network and RTC Fiber Communications. Call today to get yourself set up for all the action. Protect yourself from personal attack on campus, in the home, at the mall, or wherever you are. Blue Dragon Taekwondo in Rochester is offering a self-defense boot camp so that you have the basic skills to protect yourself in an attack. Blue Dragon is the area's leading martial arts facility. Master instructor Dave Colger and his team welcome new participants and those seeking to learn the basic self-defense techniques. Contact Blue Dragon Taekwondo today to learn more about this exciting self-defense boot camp. RTC Fiber Communications is now serving the community of Argos. Now you can enjoy the incredibly fast speed and reliability of fiber internet. Stream movies, surf the web, or watch your favorite local videos on RTC4.com. All from RTC Fiber Communications, now serving Argos. Give RTC a call today or check us out online at www.rtc1.com.
Are the other guys offering you less than you expect for your trade-in? At Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, they trade your way, offering you top dollar for your trade-in vehicle. Hi, I'm Chris Smith, PGA Tour player and Rochester native. Shepherd's prides themselves on giving you the highest amount possible for your trade. If someone is giving you less than you expect, come out to Shepherd's and give them the opportunity to find a deal that works for you. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they trade your way.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff of Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, personal property, and outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice data and video connectivity for the 21st century. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com.
So when you're out there,
all right, welcome back here to Eugene Snyder Field. We're in halftime of game number 2 with the Argos Dragons and the Boone Grove Wolves. Teams are knotted up at 1. The scoring for the first half, Struble started it off for the Wolves with 24:52 left to go off of a Frichter assist. Then Vanderweel scored with 23:21 left to go off of a PK to knot it up at 1. Unofficially 2 shots on goal for Boone Grove in the first, and just 1 shot on goal for the Dragons.
Unofficial.
Unofficial as unofficial can get. But second half here, the winner of this game will move on to the championship game they'll play at 7 o'clock. Bethany Christian is awaiting that winner. They won game number 1 here in PKs.
Dramatic fashion.
Versus Bremen. No score after regulation, no score after extended time, and went to a PK shootout, and Bethany Christian won it 4-2.
All right.
Second half underway. Dragons are going to be moving left to right here this half.
Markley starts second half, so does Stone.
All right, so Coach Vanderweel shaking things up a little bit here to start the second half, kind of going with who finished the first, apparently.
Esper. Stone's up top. Esper is sitting out. I told you his leg is hurting him. I'm not sure what that's going to entail for the Dragons. Norris. Oh, and he doesn't take a good hit, and it goes out of bounds, puts his head down. He's got to get back in mindset. Castellanos plays it, stolen. Chino has it, goes up. Will Mills is making a long run. Hits it out of bounds, and there's a foul on Mills, late hit. He called obstruction, wouldn't let him by. Yep.
All right, so Vanderweel just about 10 outside of the 18 is going to have a kick here for Argos.
We're getting a little wind noise, but it'll be okay. You won't hear it on the air too much. It's a nice breeze for us up here in the box.
Feels good. You said it's getting a little warm. No yardage taken there?
He didn't ask for it. Huh. They're not really supposed to creep up, and he can just tell them to get back, but he let it go. Not the best hit from Vanderweel, unfortunately. Markley to Vanderweel. Vanderweel with the back foot. You see how he received it, and now he could see where he was wanting to go. That's what we're talking about when we say opening it up and receiving with the back foot. Bad pass, gets cut off. Norris runs through it and gets the ball back. Looks at Olds wide, and it's a bad pass, unfortunately, and they steal it again. Norris going to hustle back, falls down on his own.
Ooh, he hit hard. He's holding his arm.
Looked like he bent his thumb when he fell down, but Nifong's got the ball. And Nifong's got it, and they take it away. And looks like Nifong is going to go ahead and make some runs on his own to go forward. Stone to Olds. Good work. Olds. And it's a pass straight to the Boone Grove. Stone takes it away, and it passes, and it goes underneath Vanderweel's feet. The Dragons just need to settle down. They have the wind, and the sun's in the keeper's eyes, but that's a good ball in. And he was offsides. That's kind of what I was waiting to see. Offsides? And he has to wait till he gets to it now instead of that instant flag raising. That's the rule has changed, and they make them do that nowadays. I'm not a particular huge fan of it, but that's what it is. Yeah, so huge hit from Nifong, and you could see the Boone Grove player had his hand up trying to cover the sun just to see it. Norris hits it off of Castellanos. Cuts it back on the inside. Hits it wide. Castellanos steps to number 10, has it. He has a shot, and it's off the crossbar. And Vanderweel clears it out. And Stone's going to have to go for it, and so does Chino. Chino's going to look. They head it wide right to the center player. Mills steps and gets it. Chino to Stone. Stone back over to Mills, and that's a good ball. Mills should get there. And he does, and his heavy touch. And he calls it on. Oh, and then he bumps him afterwards. So Coach Vanderbilt tells Will Mills, be smart about it. Pressure's on, causes a mistake, and Castellanos is going to get it. But square, and shifts the fields to the other Castellanos. Puts it in the middle. Here comes the wing, puts it out. Boone Grove moving the ball very well. And Markley comes out with ease and snags the ball. He needs to hit it, but there's 4 defenders behind in a diamond formation. And he lets it bounce because the sun's in his eyes, and they clear it out. Missed. Boone Grove has it. Goes around him. Passes. Broke up. And Olds has it. Very good from Olds. Chino, and Olds hits it straight to Boone Grove, unfortunately. But Chino's got 3 players on him. Even if he gets that ball, it's going to be super hard for him. He'll have to turn and shoot quickly. He's going to get an opportunity. And Kindig gets rid of the ball, and it's to the goalkeeper, and he'll have to fight the wind. The breeze has picked up. It's got a little bit warmer, a little bit more humidity, but the breeze is really nice. Well, unless you're fighting it. Nifong settles, goes wide. Out of bounds. Nifong with a good tackle. And he hits it up with the outstep, and it curls, and it's going to go out of bounds. Throw in Boone Grove. Nifong hits it in the middle. Boone Grove's going to go wide and shift it. Kind of lost track of it, but realized he had plenty of time. Mills heads it. Norris hits it forward. Chino can't get control of it. Boone Grove takes the ball back. Still in. Goes down the line. Norris. Chino looks. Plays Gaby Stone. Gaby's got some wheels, and he's not going to get there. Slows way down. And they shield it. He's got to go after that. Well, goal kick. And that wind is picked up. Look how it killed that ball. Header. And waits until it's on the line. He had time to take that earlier. Put it back in the middle. It's up in the air. Manikowski hits it to Vanderwill, and it's missed. Castellanos, and that's a great through ball. He hurts his angle by going that far down. Hurts his angle on a shot, and Markley just holds his line and knew he didn't have much of an opportunity after that first touch was too heavy forward and really hurt his chances of getting a quality shot.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity there until that touch went wide left and just threw him off his line.
And there's a header, and it's up in the air. And the Dragons are pretty much relinquishing the entire mids and allowing Boone Grove's back line just to play with it. Goes wide. And then he hits it forward, and there's Markley, comes out, gets the ball with ease. Markley doesn't bring his knee up. You notice how he doesn't naturally bring that knee up for his protection. And it's a good ball forward. It's off his face. Stone's going to try to get there, and he does. Stone takes a touch. He's got a shot with his left. What a shot, and it's just over the goal, and that's a nice effort from Stone. And that's what the Dragons need to do. That's a first really solid attempt of the half. And just a little bit high. It looks like we have a sub. And Jesper Esper's coming in. Stone's coming out. And that's a good quality play out of the freshman.
Well, here's the key right now. The Dragons have gotten some pressure on Boone Grove. They need to keep going with that.
Yeah, you see that this is going to be some short kicks out of the keeper with this wind. And they're going to call it on Olds. A little 50-50, and they said that Olds is a little too aggressive. That typically isn't the case, but the official didn't like what he saw, I guess. Setting it up on the tee, quote unquote.
It's round. I don't know why it matters which side is up.
Oh boy, superstition. You know how it is. Jesper Esper gets it, and he turns and gets beat. Norris, good battle. Tries to cross it. It's broke up. Kendig. Jesper Esper turns and gives it over to Olds. Olds hits it to the goalkeeper. He's got a little bit of time, a little bit of space in front of him. Take a touch. Look at your options.
That ball goes straight down. Once it gets up into the wind, it just knocked it straight down.
Shouldered forward. 17 keeps possession. And it's crossed, and it's tipped out. Tipped out again. And Vanderweel hits all together. It's chipped in the middle. Norris heads it out. And Vanderweel's down, and I think he's going to have to get up. Not real sure. Out of bounds. And misses the ball completely. I don't know if he kicked the ground or what it was, but Dragons work their way out of that situation. Chips it forward, and that's way too hard, and Markway comes out and gets it. And Vanderweel's hurting a little bit. And there's a good ball forward. Chino's going after it. And there's a header, and that's a forced error.
Yeah.
And allows the corner kick to be had. Now this is where Esper can curl it in.
He's got the wind on his side.
He's got the wind on his side. This is a good opportunity, and the Dragons, they need one man all the way back, and that's where Olds looks like he's headed.
Hopefully he plays it far enough away from the net in order to get it
the keeper's
to
trying to look over Kendig's tall stature, and it's definitely away from it, and it's headed out. And here comes the counter, 2v2. And Manikowski sooner or later will step and apply pressure to the ball. And he does there, and it gets through. And Markway gets it with ease. Nice shot. And it's headed back, Jesper. And it's going to be back-to-back action. Within 2 touches, it's from one goalkeeper to the next.
Well, I don't know how do the Dragons use that wind to their advantage. Markley is really nailing it out of the box. And
they're gonna have to win all of the free kicks and everything, goal kicks and everything. They're gonna have to win those and own that midfield a little bit more. And I don't know if they're not putting a lot of pressure up top or on the defense. You might rotate a player or two, maybe Vanderweel for Nifong or whatnot. You just don't know what's going to be the best situation because Nifong can rip the ball down distance. Jesper Esper has it. Gives it over to Olds. Back over to Norris. Norris hits it in the middle, headed forward, and it's to Boone Grove. And there's too much room in there for them to stop, turn, and do what they want. Manikowski hits it wide, and Chino's not going to get there.
Well, Manikowski was ready to make a run right there, and Chino knocks it out of bounds.
Vanderweel, and his hands on his back, and he's going to call the foul. And it's kind of obvious. That's a couple on him now. And now here's what we typically see. He hits it, and they finally take off after it goes over. They need to take off as soon as it's struck to get in that position. And that's a great ball. Chino, and it's headed up by the defense. Jesper Esper heads it, and it's going to be taken by the goalkeeper, Esper.
He got a shot to the side of the face.
I think his head hit the other kid's head in the mouth, and
his mouth hit the kid's
and he's
head.
bleeding, and looks like he's going out, and Gabe Stone might be coming back in, and sure enough, he's taking off the penny, and he might have a little fat lip.
So Stone checks in for Esser. He's got to go out with injury.
Well, so far, this half, Stone's had the best opportunity as far as shot on frame, which is a little bit over, so it wasn't necessarily on, but created something pretty much from nothing, and need to do that from distance. And steps up. First touch gives it away. On those plays, Dragons actually have decent numbers, 2 versus 3. There's a good through ball. Cut back, takes a shot, and what a save by Markley.
Wow,
great save.
Freshman Markley saves the ball right there. Beautiful job.
And there's a header back to their keeper. So if that's the case, then Chino needs to stay all the way up high as possible with that last defender. And maybe they'll slip it to him instead of straight back to the keeper. Number 8 puts it in the middle. Broke up by Naifong. Taken away from Vanderbilt. Looks, he's got him Olds. And it's way too hard. And it's a good save to play it in. Cuts it back in, and that's a great defensive play by Norris. Hits it up, and Stone's on. He's going to have to try to track it down. And it's going to roll out of bounds. And Stone plays it in. And he gets a shot on frame.
Stone's down. He's hurting.
He'll be tough. He's used to getting pummeled by his brothers all those years, and it's paid off. He gets up and goes. He gets hit. And that's what I talked about earlier, that effort. We have to have that to create something. And that was good work out of Stone. And the player, 23, he's pretty lucky because that was a pretty rough hit. I know you're allowed to, you get to shield that ball when it's going out of bounds, but you force that contact that heavy, you can be risk for a foul.
Well, it was a great hustle play that time by the freshman Stone, and he almost
created something.
For the Dragons. Yeah.
It put the ball back in the middle where Chino could at least get a touch on it. Another shot on goal. And a spinner like that, anything could happen. We watched one bounce through half the field there earlier on in the game. Headed back. Chino. Back over to Mills. Mills looks. It's taken away. And it's played up the line. And there they go, and Kindig.
So I want to give a little bit of a shout out and recognition to our FFA.
Yep. He's typically a right footer, and he looked like he was going to try it left, but he's going back over to his strong foot. Now he looks like he might try to go with his left. That would tell me that he might want a short ball. And he chips it. Headed back out by Naifong. Vanderweel clears it out. Stone's going to get there. And he does. Stone hits it up. Chino. And it's going to roll out of bounds. Ooh, turns his back, and that's a foul, you betcha. I've talked about that before. If they just run through it straight, there's typically not much of a call. But when you turn your back and jump, you're out of control. It's a player control foul, and they're going to call it. Naifong. I want to see Olds getting wider. That's a great ball. Keeper, and he's going to snag it out of the air. And they're going to go quick, and it knuckles down. Kindig heads it forward. Vanderbilt turns, goes back towards the defense. Nifong puts it over to Stone. Stone looks, gets hit, goes wide, and unfortunately his pass is broken up. Norris hits it out, throw in for the Dragons. And there's the subs, one for each. And Will Mills is coming out. He's leaving Stone up. Go move him over to the right, put Markley in the middle, and Esper comes in the center. Run through it. Esper looks, gives it over to Chino, and it's just too heavy of a hit. They mishit it. Chino gives it to Esper. Esper waits because he didn't know for sure if he was offsides. And Old steps in front. Castellanos turns it. And gets a good play forward. And Olds tracks back, and that's a great hustle out of Olds. Castellanos with his brother, and he lets it go by. Boone Grove, blocked by Stone. Markley with a good left. Here comes Chino, going to apply pressure to the back. Out of bounds. Throw in for the Dragons. Olds needs the break by the looks of it. He's looking over at Coach. That was a good hustle play back for him. Manikowski with a great throw. Hit straight up in the air. Who's going to get it? Boone Grove. Norris hits it. Olds taps it right over to Jesper. Jesper takes a touch. Jesper, strong, gets the ball, shot, and it's blocked. Stone needs to take a shot, and he does. And it's off the left, and it's saved by the keeper. Shot on frame by Stone. Another nice one. The Dragons showing great resilience here to battle. Plays it forward, and it's just a touch hard with Stone's right foot. He had a good idea, just a little high, a little hard. Here comes Boone Grove, going to go long. And they decide to take it wide to short, and Manikowski steps and takes it. And Stone gets hit, but gets the ball off. Ball's there. Jesper hits it up to Stone. Stone's got his left. And there's nobody else besides Chino with three around him. Stone gets up, battles. And there he gets tripped. And yep, the first one was not. Stone's hurt, holding his wrist, still playing. The first one wasn't. The second one definitely took his foot out from underneath him. You think? Yeah. Well, here you go, Vanderbilt. Let's see who's going to be there. Chipped. Chino? Nope. It's a header, and it's just wide. Should be a corner. It deflected from Nifong to the other player, and that's good work. Now, this is where I want.
That was a nice-looking play for the Dragons right there.
Yep, Kendig's moving up, but this is where I was talking about it before. Stones from this left side would curl towards the goal. You put Jesper, who's thicker and stronger, in there. Well, let's see what happens. Jesper's going to hit the cross, and it's a good ball in. Kendig misses, and Markley's going to take the shot, and he does, and it's a good hit, and it's just wide. Good attempt from Markley.
Yeah, it was. That was a great shot from distance there by the freshman Markley.
One touch, rolling at him, and he kept it down. It's just a little bit too wide.
Well, we're under halfway, or over halfway gone in the second half. Still 1-1.
And the Dragons are starting to apply some pressure, but you can't have that counterattack that kills you, so you got to be careful with that. Jesper Esper gets the ball, and he's going to have to run through. Chino keeps it down. Takes a shot, and it's way off the mark. All right. Goalie hits it out. Vanderbilt knocks it back forward. Jesper's going to apply the pressure. And he takes it away from him. Chips it over to Chino, and it's headed out. I want to see him take that straight to the post and make that goalie and defender choose, and then dish it off. Gave him a little too much room, but that was a good play. And right now, so far, that's about 3 in a row that number 23's had some issues. He waits till it rolls all the way wide as possible before he hits it, and that time it got him burnt. Apply that pressure on him, and I think that might be an opportunity for the Dragons to get in on him. Play on, it gives them the advantage. Castellanos puts away in the middle and gets away with another one. His shot and is way off the mark, and Markley covers it with ease, and it's going to be a Dragons goal kick.
That was still some pretty good footwork by the younger Castellanos right there.
Well, I'm assuming they are both since twins.
Well, I doubt it since one's a junior.
Is it?
One's a sophomore.
Oh, that's the Strubles. Strubles are the
yeah.
Which I haven't seen them in much. He hasn't subbed near as much this second half. Boone Grove, that is. Oh, and there's a miss hit, and that might be a fortunate touch for – oh, and that's a painful. And the Dragons do not wait, and they throw it in. Out. Stone. Misses. Battles back, causes them to have a throw-in instead of straight feed up the line. Manikowski headed it out. Manikowski hits it out again.
Well, the Wolves are working their way up the line off of inbound throws.
It's in the center. Switches fields. Norris. And it's a good through ball, but Kindig's there. Hits it right back to Norris. Norris is getting a little tired. Losing a little spring in his step. This ball squared. Markley causes havoc. And there's another shot. And it's in the goal. No, he saves it. What a save by Markley. What a save by Markley.
Wow. He lost it. Turns
and then
around,
knocks it forward.
Knocks it out before it goes across the line.
Whoa.
That is a play of the year right there by
Markley.
Wow.
There was that wasn't all the way across the line. I don't care if they were wanting the position. From what I could see, that was not across the line. That was a very, very good hit. And it was a good header or a good shot from the other side. And wow, that was a quick shot from Castellanos. Missed it. And there's no way that the AR on that side could be at the goal line, considering the second defender or the last defender was a good out at the 18 and farther. You're not going to be able to sprint back that fast when a shot's made that quickly. So
it didn't go much past Markley.
No, he was out off the line. That's why it was. I didn't think it was a cross. He was off the line by about 2 steps, and
the only way.
But he was. That was a very, very good shot, and that wind really dropped that ball quick for him. Castellanos on that shot. So they play it forward. Kindig steps forward and hits it back up, and they head it wide. And let them go back towards the center, and they're going to shift it to the other side. Goalkeeper has it. Hits it long. Kindig heads it back forward, and it's just over Chino's head. Markley heads it back forward. Headed straight up. Jesper going to win that. Give it over to Chino, and it's too far, and the keeper steps out with ease. Well, at the moment, we might honestly see a little bit of extra time in this one if the Dragons can maintain this scoreline. Now it's the momentum slightly switched, and the Wolves are applying some more pressure, and the momentum's going forward. And it's off of, and it's going to be a Dragon throw-in. Jesper turns it back towards the defense. Luckily, Vanderwill's there and hits to Markley. Can't get it too wide. Osborne's going to come in, most likely for Esper or Chino.
Foul from behind for Boone Grove, so it's going to be Argos kick.
Well, take it quick. Look at the goalkeeper. Oh, he wasn't paying any attention. And with this distance, Nifong could put it in with this wind. Follow up. Follow this shot as soon as it's hit.
Yeah, this is a dangerous distance here with the wind.
That's a great hit. We talked about it. And shielded Chino off. Yep. Somebody's got to get in front of him and create some havoc for that keeper, especially with the sun in his eyes. A long ball hit like that with this wind, it can cause some real problems.
Sun in his eyes, wind in his face. You got to get.
Got to be stronger and get there as soon as it's hit. As soon
Yep.
as it's hit, they got to sprint after it. So. And Jesper almost gets him. He turns back right there in that same direction every time, so he should be ready to read that next time they play it that way. And Boone Grove's fans are not real excited or happy at the level they're playing at. They're feeling that they're not doing what they should be. They're trying to get behind them. Hit out of bounds. And here's the sub. Osborne in. And Jesper out.
15-3 on the year. They're used to seeing the Wolves probably with the lead most of the time, and it's been a struggle right now. The first goal they scored with 24:52 left in the game, first half, and here we are under 10 minutes to go, and it's still 1-1.
Yep.
So, yeah, they're getting a little restless on the sidelines there.
Chino has it, turns it right back towards the defense. And there he is. And Vanderbilt takes it from him. Gives it right over to Chino, and it's broke up again. Nifong. Shielding.
Yep.
His hands were all over his back the entire time.
Yeah. I don't know if they actually thought it was going to be a foul on Argos or not, but there was no doubt on who that foul was on.
No. Vietta's arm up on his neck, back of his neck, is the only reason that they're calling it, and he was letting them play the advantage for Nifong because he had possession, but once he went down and lost it, it was obvious. Chino slips it. Osborne's not going to get there.
Yeah.
Osborne doesn't
A healthy Osborne might have gotten to that, but
yeah.
80% probably right now. He's not going to catch that.
There's nothing wrong with good, strong physical play, but you can't rest your arm on the back of the neck, and that's just going to cause havoc for him. So,
well, it was a fortunate play, really, because Boone Grove had the advantage.
Yeah. And here they come. And Nifong with a great steal there, hits it back out, and it's going to be a throw-in. 8.5 left in the game. 8.5 until extended time. Extra time here, maybe.
Can we do it twice?
Might as well. The Dragons have pretty much said every game's going to be a PK shootout lately.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they're pretty good at it, so we'll see what the outcome here is.
Hits it forward. Manikowski back out. Castellanos broken up by Cam Markley. Hits it wide. And unfortunately, there's no Dragons there. Here comes Osborne making his nice jog. And the goalie picks it up. If nothing else, just getting up there creates something to make them pick it up early. Good touch. Hits it in the center. Castellanos has it. Nice little back turn. Castellanos. And there's a foul. Vanderbilt unnecessarily gives away the free kick.
This is a dangerous spot here.
It is a very dangerous spot.
Yeah, with that wind in their face, it gives him an opportunity.
Well, they're just going to have to mark up because number 23, he's left-footed. He's not shooting from there. He's just going to chip it in for a cross. So the Dragons will have to keep their bodies between the ball and the goal. And mark number 8, which Kendig's on him. He's the big guy. Kendig's definitely got an advantage from about 6 inches. But we'll see who gets the first one.
45 pounds probably, too.
100.
Let's try and be nice.
Here's a little chip, and there's a shot. And it's in the goal! It's in the goal! Markley times it wrong, and it's in the goal. Oh, my word. He was a good shot. Didn't. It's all right.
So, Brandon Hill.
I wasn't expecting that. I think he was trying to chip it as a cross, but it goes straight in the goal. And the Boone Grove Wolves take the lead. So, that wasn't expected, but that was a very nice hit. And I think he was surprised, too.
So the Hill goal off of the free kick. And I said, you said they were going to try and chip it in. I said, that's a dangerous spot.
Yep.
It was very dangerous, and Hill puts them ahead 2-1.
And that was a very good hit. And so they're going to play the game and use the clock up as much as possible. And Nifong's been moved forward. And we're going 3 in the back. Touches forward, and it's taken away by Norris. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Dragons. Oh, no, they call it out of bounds and a corner kick. Yep, corner.
So he was out before Norris hit it.
Ball's in.
Well, the Dragons are climbing uphill now with 5:40 left to go. They're down 2-1.
And Boone Grove will just try to use as much clock as possible. Time management of the game. Ball's played forward. Cross. Header. Norris mishits. Kindig clears it out. Ball's played forward. Went down too easy. The official's not going to call that. Hits it back across the Stone has it. Hits it forward, and Nifong's not going to get there. It's almost a little too late. 4.5 left in the game. Kindig hits it back forward. Vanderweel to Olds. It's broke up. And throw in for the Dragons. He's left-footed. You know which way he's going? ARs don't have whistles. All right, Osborne with the throw-in. Vanderweel and them need to get ready in the middle. Corner kick. Stone's going to curl it. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see, because Esper's out.
All right, the Dragons
Let's
have
see
to
if
get
this
something
works.
going here off of this kick if they're wanting to get this back at even.
Let's see if Stone can put a little magic into the box. And that's a good hit. And it's keeper gets it. Nobody there to get the ball. Manikowski plays it right back to Osborne. Osborne, Vanderweel, Nifong turns, gets broke up. Now they hit it long. And Markley should have been on there, but he goes and lets Kindig take it out. Still in. And now Kindig clears it. Missed. Osborne gets the ball, hits it wide. And now it's cleared out to center. Vanderweel, heavy first touch, and Castellanos takes the ball. Hits it back. Hits it wide, and that's a great play. He's going to chip it across. Header, and it's off the goal. Goal kick, and that's a great work out of Boone Grove.
They do a good job of filling those lanes off of
doing
those centering passes from the sides.
Nifong drills it. And Chino! And it's headed forward, and they called the foul back there. And here goes Nifong, an opportunity.
All right, well, let's see what the Dragons can do here. They're running out of time with just a little over 2 minutes.
Vanderwill's taking it, and Nifong's going up. The Dragons need to apply some pressure. Kindig can stay back. Norris is wide open if he comes up here and fills this space. If nothing else, he'll draw a defender out of the box. Chipped. Headed out. And right there where if Norris was up, would have had that ball. He's still going to get there. Puts it back in the center of play. Nifong right over to Osborne. Osborne's going to reel it in. And it's going to be a goal kick.
Oh, I thought that looked like it went off of Boone
Nope,
Grove.
never touched it.
So goal kick here for the Wolves, and a minute and a half left from moving on to the championship game for the Boone Grove Wolves.
Ball's played up. Olds. Foul by Olds. Oh, that just hurts the Dragons.
They're going to take their time and get this set up.
Time management.
Yeah.
Not much of one, but enough they didn't like it, so Manikowski heads it. Oof. Ball's played forward. Osborne. Ball wide. 50 seconds left. Gets around him. Norris kicks it out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in. Yeah, he calls it against us. I don't know much of a... And looks like the Dragons might bow out right here. Barring a miracle. Here comes a quick one. He needs to go. Nifong needs to go.
Last chance here for the Dragons.
Gino.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. The Wolves are going to move on to tonight's championship game against the Bethany Christian Bruins. So that's going to end your Dragons season here at the semifinal of the regionals. They're going to bow out with a 12-5-3 final record. Great season for the young Dragons. They won sectional. They won their conference. Just fell a little bit short here against Boone Grove in this morning's semifinal. So congratulations to the Wolves at 16-3-1. They're going to move on and take on Bethany Christian here tonight for a championship chance against a good team in the Bruins. The winner of the night game will play next weekend for a chance to go to the state championship game. So both teams, the Boone Grove Wolves and Bethany Christian Bruins, there's 8 teams left in Class A soccer. And the winner of tonight's game will make it to the Final Four. So the scoring for the two teams, Boone Grove opened it up with 24:52 left in the first half off of a Struble goal with a Fritcher assist. And then Vanderweel with PK, just a little bit over a minute later at 23:21, tied it up. And that's where we stayed until just 6:40 to go into the game, when Hill for Boone Grove, the junior midfielder, puts it in and turns out to be the winning goal for the Wolves. So your final score here from Eugene Snyder Field, the Boone Grove Wolves 2, the Argos Dragons 1. We're going to be back here this evening on the pitch. We're going to have the call for the championship game between Boone Grove and Bethany Christian. So appreciate everyone tuning in to RTC4.com here this morning for both of the games. For Andy Stone and Isaac Smith here on the camera, Steve Stricker, and we'll see you back here at 7 p.m.